everybody. Today, we are talking about PTSD Awareness. Now, this is Season 1, Episode 1. What we're going to be doing is going over what to look for. So as I said, what we are going over in this episode is what to look for. Now, PTSD is a very dangerous issue that a lot of people do suffer from. PTSD stands for Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder. Now, this does affect a lot, if not all, first responders, and a lot, if not all, military and former military. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of civilians that, suffer from PTSD as well. And it could be, just something from growing up, like your household, or, bullied as a kid or something like that, to, you went to a party and something happened. Could be anything, could be something very traumatic. There's a lot of things that, us guys don't understand that women go through. And a lot of that stuff can cause really bad PTSD. And as a man, you got to be there for your women. You got to be there for your women. You don't know what they're going through. Be there, stand up, be a man. That's a whole nother topic that we'll go over later. But that is something you got to do. And a lot of this is, it's unforgettable. It's stuff that we see and go through that's unforgettable. And, a lot of PTSD cases are from violence, but there are some that are just from bad things that have happened in your past to bad things that have happened maybe at work. Like first responders, we see stuff and smell stuff and do things that we cannot explain. Military, same thing. Like there's stuff that happens overseas that, oh my Lord. So what do you need to look for when you're dealing with somebody with PTSD, or around with somebody with PTSD, or somebody like your friend, family, or somebody that you don't know? Well, let's be honest here. It's a lot easier to help somebody that you know. They may have already told you what triggers them or how to help them or whatever. Sometimes they don't, because they want to hide it. They don't want to say they have it. They want to blame it on some other thing. I know that because that's what I do. So how do you help somebody like that? Well, first you got to know what to look for, right? Yeah. So here's some signs of what to look for. If their eyes are always constantly moving, like they're going side to side, their head's moving, they're looking around, they're doing stuff. So like in a gas station, when you come up to somebody that's doing that, he's probably a first responder or former military, and he's looking around. We don't trust people. We really hate people behind us. So if you do, by any chance, have to get behind this person because say you're standing in line, just know it may be a little creepy, but he's looked over his shoulder and he's looking at you. Now, what this most likely means is you're probably in a crowded area. We don't do crowds. If you were with someone that all of a sudden he starts backing up or she starts backing up and needs to find the back of the room, let him go. Honestly, let him go. It's up to you whether or not you want to follow them back there and be with them. But what they need right now is to go back there, get a drink, maybe a drink of water, maybe even go outside, look at the sky a little bit and breathe. And if you're one of these people, go back there and breathe. It's okay. Look at the sky. Breathe. Nothing is worth it. Nothing. Just stand there and breathe. Tell people you're okay, gotta do what you gotta do, but just breathe in and out. Now, another thing, so say you're at a family event. Most of the time you'll know if your family's first responder, military, or, if they've been through something growing up that's kind of hard to deal with. Well, do you know what it looks like when all of a sudden they're not okay? If you do, good on you. If you know how to help, good on you. If you don't, well, here we go. So if you notice him or her just randomly change during a movie or some kind of game or some kind of family event, we'll just say it was family event, something just went off in their head, and it's probably not good. They're probably sitting there very quiet, probably shaking a little bit, that like jittery shake. They're probably doing something like that. They may be walking around kind of abnormally compared to what they normally do. Their voice might change a little bit. They might go into, switching how they are at work. I call it work mode. Everybody that kind of goes through that has their own kind of name for it, but that's what I call it. And trust me, they have a million thoughts that are going through their head right now, and none of them are good. They might be reliving something at work. They might be reliving something from their past. They might be thinking about something that they want to do because they're tired of this happening. We will definitely go over how to handle that and what the signs are for that. It's insane. If you ever find out that they're going home and they're just staring at their desk at a piece of equipment, and you know what I'm talking about, it is time to sit them down and talk to them. That is not a good thing. I know a lot of people with PTSD do that. But another thing that they might do is they might disappear for a second. Let them disappear. Make sure you know where they are, but let them go. Let them walk away for a little bit. They'll be back. They'll be okay. I promise you, they will be okay. You always have that decision. Do you want to help? How do you help? We will go over how to help with this. It's not easy to help. You have to have nerves of steel during this. And it's hard to have those nerves of steel when it's your friend or your family. And trust me, we will go over how to do this. And I'm hoping I can have one of my friends for that episode. So, we're going to wrap this up with something a little bit more personal, okay? If you, and I'm talking to you, if you suffer from PTSD and you have any of these signs that I have talked about, reach out. These are the most common signs. Reach out for some help. And trust me, you are not alone. I myself, sometimes I lay here in my bed and I shake at night. Or I sit here in my chair and I shake. Because I'm having, I'm reliving things. There are times I lay down in bed, close my eyes, and I see things that it's bad. I end up awake all night and I go to work the next day. You are not alone. You will never be alone. If you need to reach out to a friend, reach out to a family member, and if it's something that's maybe more on the confidential side and you can't reach out to them, you can always call your work hotline. Everybody has one. And if you don't want to call them, get a hold of me. I'll talk to you, or even just listen. Because sometimes that's all that matters, is just having somebody to listen to what's going on in your head. I get it. I understand it. I got my own friends that I do that with, and they've been through some of this stuff too. So here's the biggest thing with PTSD, right? It's extremely hard to deal with, and I know you can do it. You don't want to deal with it, but guess what? You don't have to deal with it anymore. Because guess what? You can beat it. You've beat worse than this. You can beat this. Beat PTSD. You don't have to deal with it anymore. Beat it. Stop going to the bottle for help. We are all guilty of it. No more. Go to your backyard with that bottle and dump it out. You don't need it to deal with this. What you need is your family. What you need is your friends. You don't need pills either. Get off those things. I know a lot of people deal with it really bad. Worse than me. I understand that. You don't need anything. Your brain is telling you need that stuff when you really don't. You can beat it. You can beat this. You can beat all of it. Stand up for it. When you have those thoughts, when those memories come back, close your eyes and breathe. Call a friend and breathe. Get some water. Get some sort of drink that's not alcohol and breathe. It's not worth losing your life over. We've lost too many brothers and sisters to PTSD. Reach out. I know you can do it. I'm looking at you right now. You know who you are. You can do it. You can get through it. You are worth it. You are not alone. You will never be alone. As my flag says, no one fights alone.